Hello, good morning, students. Today I am here once again in front of you with a new video lecture on the topic SARC. SARC stands for South Asian Association for Regional Organization. As we have seen that in the chapter New Centers of Power, SARC is also considered as one of the center of power for the South Asian countries. So first we have to see that what does SARC includes. SARC includes for the countries like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, Maldives, and Nepal. And it is made for the regional cooperation in the South Asia, or we can see that this part of the Asia is had same type of problem. Most of the countries in this region, they are suffering from the poverty, low human development index, and except India and Sri Lanka, most of the countries are also struggling for the establishment of democracy. So today we will see that how SARC cooperate to increase the cooperation and peace in the South Asia. So first we will see that when it was made and what are its aim and objectives. In 1985, in December 1985, the first summits of SARC was held in Dhaka, the capital of Bangladesh. And I have told you that the member countries of the SARC are India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Maldives, and Sri Lanka. SARC is a South Asian regional organization dedicated to economical, social, cultural, and technological development in the region. It has also 9 observing countries, and here I want to mention that as the 8th member of the SARC, Afghanistan joined the membership in 2007. Then we will talk about the main objectives of the SARC. The main objectives of the SARC is to accelerate the economic social development of the region, to promote the welfare of the people in the region, to improve the quality of life in the region, and making the full use of all natural and human and natural resources of the area, to promote strengthen collective self-reliance among the countries, and to bring mutual assistance and collaboration in the areas such as agriculture, rural development, technical know-how, sports, culture, and exchange. So SARC was made with all these motives in 1985. The Dhaka Declaration says that the heads of government of the SARC countries shall meet annually. It means that there should be one meeting in a year of the SARC. The 7th summit 1993 held at Dhaka ended with a call to combat terrorism and signing of South Asian Preferential Trade Agreement known as SAFTA. SAPTA to assist in a new area of economic cooperation in South Asia. The 12th SARC summit was held in the Islamabad in January 2004. It ended after the signing historical South Asian Free Trade Agreement known as SAFTA. S for South, A for Asian, F for free, T for trade, and A for agreement, which sought to creation of a free trade zone for the whole South Asia. That is the reduction of trade barrier between the South nation among the South nation. So the SAFTA agreement was effective from the 1st January 2006. But here I want to mention that due to the few mutual fears, distrust, suspicion among the countries, continue this agreement has no chance of success. The success of this was very less. Now I will tell that how much SARC is successful in bringing the economic cooperation among the nation. So, a new chapter of peace, development, and cooperation could commence if the SARC countries implemented SAFTA, that is, free movement of goods and service from one country to another. India made a gesture to implement SAFTA in letter and spirit. India is importing many goods from the least developed countries without custom duties. SARC Development Fund (SDF) was created in 2005 with three withdrawal aspects: social, economic, and infrastructure. Such a funding mechanism undertake regional projects in these countries. Again, SARC Food Bank is now operational with the total stock of 243,000 million tons food grains contributed by all its members. And India is also implementing the projects in the area of telemedical and shuttle breeding in the pulses in Bhutan and rainwater harvesting and the rural solar energy electrification in Sri Lanka. But SARC has lots of shortcomings also, and we can say that it has many causes of its failure because of the limitation and shortcomings. So some of the India's neighbor, as we know that the India is the biggest country in the South Asia. So as the India's neighbor, they are having a misapprehension that India was likely to be dominate South Asia. So this create a lots of distrust between the nations. As long as India-Pakistan tension continues, the SAFTA will remain a scrap of paper because India and Pakistan, the relation between India and Pakistan matters a lot for the development SARC. The declaration that terrorism should be brought to an end has no value if the member state nation did not do enough to root out terror. And terrorism is a big issue in the South Asia, and this should be every country should have cooperation, but it is missing there. Our neighbors, it means that the neighbor of India also feared that India, by means of its bold economic decision or commercial pursuits, could influence their social life. Their fear was that India could interfere with their political decision also. So due to all these reason, SAARC is not so successful. Here I want to that some few suggestions are about that how we could make SAARC more effective. SAARC can be made more effective. So the work on creating a South Asian free trade should begin in the earnest soon, or the FICCI called for the liberalization of visas for the doctors, teachers, artists, authors, and journalists. The merchant ship should have an access to each other ports and a facility to load and unload goods. Then India has given a gift to the SAARC nation by its Prime Minister Narendra Modi, promised to a gift a satellite to the SAARC nation by 2016, which could help its member state in education, medicine, weather forecasting, and disaster management. But here I want to say that SAARC is not successfully working because among its members, fear of India's domination over the rest of SAARC and Pakistan conclusion with the terrorist outfit, extremists working in the Bangladesh, bilateral issues being raised in the forum, and Taliban's concentration. So by these are the certain issues which is creating a hindrance in the success of SAARC. But in spite of it, at present during the corona pandemics, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he had a dialogue with all the SAARC countries on this pandemic, and he also told them that we will cooperate each other during this crisis period. So by this way, India is doing its effort, and if the member countries of SAARC work together without any distrust or without mutual suspicion, then SAARC can work in a better way. But at present we can say that SAARC is not as successful as it was accepted. That's all for today. Thank you.